Here is the seasoned boneless ribeye pork chop dinner. Hey guys, this is Lenny from KitchenTime LV. Like I said in the promo video at the end of Monday's video, I'm going to be making the seasoned, these are the HEB seasoned Texas style boneless ribeye pork chops, okay, along with two sides. One side is going to be a can of cut green beans, and the other side is going to be the gourmet select thick cut sour cream and chive potatoes. And this is going to be one of those videos where, again, I'm going to have to do the side first. And that side is going to be the thick cut potatoes. Reason why I'm going to be doing the thick cut potatoes first is because for two things. One, it takes a lower temperature, and two, it actually takes less time. The pork chops here, they're going to actually be at a higher temperature. It will still be at a similar time interval, but it's going to be at a higher temperature. When I get to the pork chops, I will let you guys know the exact instructions for these pork chops. But these are simple, quick, and easy recipes that I am going to be showing you to put together today. First, I'm going to go ahead and get everything ready. This is why I have the milk out, because I'm going to be needing some milk for the thick cut potatoes. So let me go ahead and get everything set up for the thick cut potatoes, and then I'll be back with you to show you the first step to making this alternate birthday dinner. Now for the thick potatoes, you're going to need a greased 1.5 quart pan, aka a bread pan. You're going to also need 2.25 cups of boiling water. I have a pot standing by here. I'm going to dump the water in a second. 2/3 cup of milk and 2 tablespoons of butter. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the 2.25 cups of water into this pot, and also you will need to have your oven preheated to 400 degrees. Anyways, I'm going to dump the 2.25 cups of water into this small pot. And we are just going to bring it to a boil. Slowly, so you don't make a mess all over the stove. Okay, there's the first two, and then the 1/4 cup of water. Now we're gonna gently take this, put this on the burner, and we're going to bring this to a boil. Next, we're going to do the potatoes. So again, these are the HEB Gourmet Select Thick Cut Potatoes of the sour cream and chive flavor. So the milk and the butter will actually need after. But first, I'm going to open the box, and we're going to dump the potatoes into this greased 9 by 5 inch or 1.5 quart loaf pan. First, we're going to put the potatoes on the bottom. Once the water comes up to a boil, we're going to dump the water in here along with the milk and the butter. Now we're going to go ahead and dump all the potatoes in here. Now, if you guys remember this process, if you remember on one of my other videos, which is like the first one, this is going to be the same process. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this water boil, and then once this water comes to a boil, I'll be back with you to show you the next step to this potato side. We're boiling. We're going to turn this off. And we're going to actually add, the first thing is the 2 tablespoons of butter. I opted to add the rest of the stick of butter that I have because when I looked at it, I was contemplating on whether to add just the portion that I cut, but when I used the portion that I cut, it didn't look like 2 tablespoons to me, but we're going to go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of butter. Then, we're going to add the 2 1/4 cups of boiling water. And for a few reasons. One, so I don't get the stove dirty or even myself burned, I put one of my grill pans down here so that way any residual water can fall. But we're going to add carefully and slowly the 2 1/4 cups of boiling water. Okay. Then 2/3 cup of milk. All right. And now we're going to give this a little stir before we add the seasoning packet. Okay, now we're going to add the 1 pouch of flavoring. And then we're going to give this a stir, just to have everything combined. Stir this very well until the butter is melted and everything is combined. And then, this oven is actually preheated. It preheated sooner than I thought. So, after all of this is mixed, we are going to put this in a 400 preheated degree oven. And we're going to bake this for 35 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and bake this for a total of 35 minutes. Then the next thing I'm going to show you is the seasoned pork chops. So I'll be back later on to show you the seasoned pork chops. Those are going to be at 425 for 30 minutes. So I will see you back here later on. Now my timer just went off, so we're going to go ahead and take the potatoes out. And then after we take the potatoes out, we're going to raise the temperature to 425 degrees. Ooh, look at this. Look at that, everybody. These are the gourmet thick cut sour cream and chive potatoes. They went into the oven at 400 for 35 minutes. Now we're going to keep this oven on. But we are going to turn it 25 degrees more. Now we have our oven at 425, and we're also going to go ahead and remove these boneless pork chops, and we're gonna actually let these rest for 20 minutes. I'll be back in a few to show you the next step for the seasoned pork chop. Back, the 20 minutes passed by really quickly, as I thought. So these are actually close to room temperature. It would take longer, but hey, 20 minutes is okay. Now we're going to unwrap these, and I'm going to put these on a baking sheet, and I should probably spray this. And the odd thing about this is that we're going to cover these with foil, and I actually have a sheet of aluminum foil waiting for me to put on top of the pork chops. So I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap these and put them on the pan, and then I'll be back to show you what's next. Now I was able to get 5 pork chops on this pan, and actually one of the chops is bigger, which is fine. We're gonna go ahead and cover this with foil, and then I'll be back to tell you the next step. Okay, now I have this as best as I could covered in foil in a pan. We're gonna transfer this to a now 425 degree oven, and we're gonna cook this for 30 minutes without touching it. It is important that you do not touch these pork chops or even bother to even think about opening the pan. So we're going to cook these for 30 minutes. I'll be back after I put the green beans in the pan, which is the last side dish and the final step to this boneless pork chop meal. Okay guys, now I'm back. The final step to the seasoned pork chop dinner is going to be a side of green beans, and this is just basic, your average green beans and butter in a pan, heated over low heat for a few minutes. I got inspired to bake the pork chops a similar way because while I was grocery shopping a couple of weeks ago, the lady that was giving out the sample of the pork chops, I had asked her how she made the pork chops, and she told me that she made them in the oven in a pan covered with foil at 425 degrees for 30 minutes. So I figured, hey, why not show that part in a recipe video, which I showed you guys today. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it, and then I will bring you back when the green beans are actually cooking. Here are the green beans. These are actually slowly starting to come together. I added some seasonings, some seasonal, garlic powder, minced onion, and pepper. And these are just to taste, so no particular measurements here. The pork chops are smelling great, so we actually have a little over 15 more minutes before I have to take these out. I'll be back to show you the ending result of the pork chops, and then I'm going to show you the finished plate. Here is the seasoned boneless ribeye pork chop dinner. These were baked in the oven, covered on a baking sheet at 425 degrees for 30 minutes, measured at 160 degrees. We also have alongside the green beans and the HEB Gourmet Select thick cut sour cream and chive thick potatoes. So again, here is the seasoned pork chop meal. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, there's always time for kitchen time. I will see you guys on the next video.